Here are 10 easy tricks you can use to make your YouTube videos much better. Tip number 1, which I think is very important, is to always use some kind of a hook. When someone clicks on your video, you essentially have 30 seconds to convince them to stay and watch it all the way to the end. If you fail to do so, then they click off the video. That's why if you look at any of the big YouTube channels, you're always going to notice that their videos have the most editing in the beginning. They're trying to catch your attention before you lose interest and leave their video. What this means is that you need to spend the most time, effort, and editing on the first 30 seconds of your video. For example, let me share a technique with you that works really good on tutorial videos. If you're doing some kind of a video where you're showing somebody how to do something, it's really effective to give them a little preview of what you're going to be showing in the video. So if I'm making a video where I'm showing people how to drain a water heater, right when the video starts, the first thing I'm going to show them is little snippets of the video that they can expect to see. This reassures the viewer that the video that they clicked on is going to be exactly what the title was about. So always use some kind of a hook and make it dramatic if you have to. Tip number 2 is to avoid using any kind of intros. I used to be really bad about this. Back in the day, all my videos had an 8-second long intro where my logo would pop out and it would say Word of Advice TV, followed by a channel trailer with music in the background, which lasted another 15 to 20 seconds. And after that, right when the video starts, I would tell people who I am, I would introduce myself, tell them how much experience I have. All of this took about 40 seconds, and I did this in just about every single video. One day I was looking through my YouTube analytics and I came upon my audience retention graph. And I was horrified to see that on most of my videos, my audience dropped off like a rock in the first 30 seconds of my videos. Lucky for me, YouTube has a video editor that you can use to edit your old videos. I was able to use that to trim off the whole introduction portion on all my old videos. After doing this, I noticed that my overall channel views spiked up dramatically. So learn from my mistake and skip all of that intro stuff and jump right into the video. Tip number 3 is an obvious one, but it's neglected by so many people. And that is to cut out all of the, what do you call them? Fillers, yes, like, you know what I mean? The fillers. That sounds terrible, right? If you have a lot of fillers like that in your video, take the effort to cut all of those out. All of the uhs and the ums and like and you know what I mean. Try to cut as much of those out as you can. And if you need to, just re-record that part. I've had times where I've actually went back and re-recorded the audio just so I can go back in my video and insert the audio over my existing audio to remove some kind of a filler word that I was saying. Do make the effort to either re-record that or to cut those sections out. Tip number 4 is to hide your cuts whenever possible, either by using zoom cuts or B-roll. So for example, let's say that I pause for a bit too long and I want to cut that pause out. I can use a zoom cut. So let me show you that same clip without the pause and the zoom cut applied. Let's say that I pause for a bit too long and I want to cut that pause out. I can use a zoom cut. As for the B-roll, adding that is super simple. Right where you make the cut, you simply put another video or a picture right over that place. You don't have to hide all of your cuts, but when you hide most of them, it makes your video play a lot smoother. Which brings us to tip number 5. Use B-roll. So much people neglect to do this and it can make their videos so much better. And just in case someone doesn't know what B-roll means, this right here, this video that you're seeing, this is the A-roll. And when we're saying B-roll, that refers to another video that you put on top of this one as I continue to speak. So for example, let's say that in your video you're talking about your bathroom. Instead of just talking about it, you can shoot a video of your bathroom or at the very least take a picture and show that as you're talking about it. If I tell you that my son caught a lizard today, it looks really cool. It was like a little dragon, really amazing. You wouldn't be nearly as interested just watching me talk about it. It would be a lot better if, while I'm talking about the lizard, I show you a video of my son holding the lizard, or I could at least go to Google and pull up a picture of the lizard that I'm referring to and show it to you so you know what I'm talking about. And don't just assume that people know what you're talking about. It always helps to bring up a picture or a video of what you're saying. Tip number 6. If you have a long section of video where you're just talking and there's no B-roll, there's no cuts, then add some kind of emotion to the video to keep the audience at least somewhat engaged. You can do this by steadily zooming in on the video or zooming out. Or you can zoom in on the video a little bit and then move it from side to side or up and down. Another thing you can do is to do quick zoom in and zoom out on certain parts. For example, if in the video I say 5, I can zoom in on my hand real quick, and when I continue speaking, it zooms back out. You could also try implementing some little pop-ups to keep your audience from getting bored. For example, I see a gecko right there. Actually, 2, 3 geckos, 4. Tip number 7 is to use pattern interrupts. That's when you do something unexpected in the video to get your viewer's attention. When you watch a video that's all filmed in one setting, the viewer tends to lose interest with time. You gotta do something fresh to reel his attention back in. One easy way to do this is to simply change your background throughout the video. This change of scenery will help retain your viewer's attention. And you probably noticed that my shirts were also changing all throughout the video. That is another example of a pattern interrupt. As my shirts change every single time, that re-catches your attention, and there's probably going to be more engagement in the comments saying something about my shirt. Another example would be if you have a shirt with a pocket, and maybe you can put something in the pocket, and throughout the video, that something keeps changing. I used this tactic in one of my air conditioner videos where I was explaining how to fix an air conditioner, and throughout the video, I always had something in my hand. And every single time the shot changed, I had something different in my hand. At first, it was a pair of pliers, then a screwdriver, a wrench, a multimeter, a level, a flashlight, and it just kept changing throughout the video. Sprinkling little things like this all throughout your video doesn't take that much extra effort, but it really does help keep your viewers' attention, and you're gonna get a whole lot more comments. Tip number 8 is something very effective you can do to help your videos rank on the first page of the search results, which is very important because people usually don't scroll past the 3rd page when they're looking for a video. When people search for something on YouTube, the majority of people are always going to pick a video from the first page. So if you get your videos ranked up on top, that will drastically help you get more views. Instead of simply explaining how this works, let me just show you an example of how I did this with one of my videos. Let's open up an incognito window so the cookies don't mess with my search results, and try typing in how to replace AC fan motor. On top of the page, we're always going to have an ad, so we can skip that. And over here, we see my video. I was able to get it ranked in the first page, and let me show you how I did it. The first thing that you need to do is to pick a search phrase that you want people to find your video by. So if they type this into YouTube, your video pops out. And once I have my phrase picked out, I'm gonna repeat that everywhere I can. So if you look at my thumbnail, we see that key phrase. If we look at my title, it's there. If you look at the first line of my video description, you're going to see it there as well. It doesn't have to be word for word, but those same keywords have to be there. Also, my first tags are all going to be variations of those keywords and that search phrase. And I even add hashtags with those keywords. And then, to top it off, when my video starts, the very first thing I say is how to replace an air conditioner fan motor. By doing this, this helps the YouTube algorithm really understand that your video is exactly about this and nothing else. So if you have a good, decent quality video, that will help it rank in the first page. Tip number 9 is to double down on what is working. All successful channels do this all the time. If we look at Mr. Beast as an example, if you look at his videos, a lot of them are very similar to each other. For example, last one to fill in the blank, and he just keeps recycling that same idea over and over and over. Last one to take their hand off the money, last one to take their hand off the jet, off the boat, off the car, etc., etc. Or last one to step out of a circle, ... So as you're posting videos, go back and review which of your videos performed the best and double down on that. I often do that on my channel, and a good example is the Top 10 series. I made a video of Top 10 furnace problems, and I noticed that it got a really good reaction from my audience. So I made a whole series out of it. Top 10 AC problems, top 10 water heater problems, dryer, washer, etc. So if you find a topic that is getting good engagement, make more on that topic. Tip number 10. Facts tell, stories sell. Learn how to tell stories and share your own experiences in your videos. If you don't have a story of your own, then at least use a story or somebody else's experience. People are a lot more interested in your story and your experience than a whole bunch of facts. For example, if we take Amazon.com, when you find a product on Amazon that you want to buy, after looking at the pictures, what is the first thing you do? Do you go and look at the product specifications? Or do you go and look at the reviews? Most people are going to go and look at the reviews because they're more interested in what other people's experience was like with this product than the actual product specifications. If the product has amazing specs, yet the reviews are bad, people are not going to buy the product. But it's not necessarily true the other way around. If the specs are bad, but the reviews are all good and people are raving about it, then there's a good chance that people are still gonna buy this product despite the bad spec sheet. So become a storyteller. People love stories. Your videos are gonna be much better if you start using stories and sharing your own experiences. I'll give you one more example. Apple cider vinegar. It's been used for centuries as a natural remedy for skin issues and digestion issues. It's also known to aid in weight loss, and it boosts the immune system. You might listen to all that and say, okay, wonderful, apple cider vinegar is good. But it's not very convincing. What would be more convincing is if I tell you a story about apple cider vinegar. So let me tell you a story, and by the way, this story is true, so you may just be convinced to start drinking apple cider vinegar. I had a cousin who had chronic stomach aches. Every single time he ate something, literally just about anything, his stomach would always hurt like clockwork. This went on for over 10 years, and this became a way of life for him. Until one day somebody said, bro, why don't you just try drinking apple cider vinegar? You already drink a bottle of water a day, why not just put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in there and drink that? You're barely gonna be able to taste it anyway, but it's probably gonna solve your gut issue. He thought about it and said, why not? Apple cider vinegar is pretty cheap. He got himself a bottle of organic apple cider vinegar and started adding that to his water every single day. Right from the first day, he started feeling better, and after a week, his stomach stopped hurting altogether. And after a while, even if he stopped drinking apple cider vinegar, his stomach aches did not return. So if you have any kind of digestion problems, this is a great, easy thing to try. How did you like that sales pitch for apple cider vinegar? Don't you think the story was a lot more convincing than just some random facts? Plus, it's more interesting, and people are more likely to comment about it in the comment section. Most of the tricks that I shared with you in this video, I got straight out of my book, All You Need to Succeed with YouTube. If you're growing a YouTube channel of your own, you're considering opening a channel, or simply want to learn more about me and my YouTube journey, I would highly recommend checking this book out. You're definitely going to pick up some gold nuggets as you read it through. I'll put an Amazon link to it in the comments. And that is all I had. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, let me leave you with a picture that explains what people use the different social media platforms for.